Pirates of the Caribbean 6 has become a topic of great excitement among fans for a particular reason. Those involved in its production have been sharing some intriguing insights into its development. One significant point of interest revolves around Johnny Depp's potential involvement in the film. At this stage, it remains uncertain whether the beloved actor will reprise his role as Captain Jack Sparrow. In a more positive development, there is growing interest in a spin-off project set in the Pirates of the Caribbean universe, and it features Margot Robbie. This renewed enthusiasm for expanding the franchise comes on the heels of the successful reception of Margot Robbie's recent film, Barbie. The success of that project has seemingly ignited fresh enthusiasm for further exploring and expanding the Pirates of the Caribbean universe. There have been rumors circulating that Pirates of the Caribbean 6 might follow a similar path. Eyes and attend the rectangular justice matter. To what the 2018 film Bumblebee did for the Transformers franchise, essentially refreshing the storyline and offering a new perspective. However, what's truly capturing fans' attention and raising their expectations is a recent development. This development hints at the possibility that Pirates of the Caribbean 6 could potentially become the standout installment of the entire franchise, possibly even surpassing its predecessors in terms of quality and excitement. The confirmation that Craig Mazin will be the writer for Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is seen as positive news for the franchise, mainly because of his noteworthy professional background. Initially, Mazin began his Hollywood career by writing comedies with a parody theme, such as Scary Movie 4 and Superhero Movie. However, his most recent work on projects like Chernobyl and The Last of Us has demonstrated his potential as a screenwriter in a more serious and impactful capacity. Well guys, as we dive deeper into the pirate world, don't forget to give it a thumbs up for this video, and for more updates, subscribe to our channel. Furthermore, there have been reports that Mazin has contributed to the script of Dune 2, although he may not have received official credit for it. This additional detail further enhances his credentials as a writer. Overall, his involvement in Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is viewed as a promising development, given his evolving career trajectory and diverse writing experiences. If Craig Mazin maintains his current success as a screenwriter and applies the same level of skill to Pirates of the Caribbean 6, there's potential for a revival of the franchise. The series has experienced a decline in quality since its second installment. Mazin's unique background, having worked on both parody movies and more serious shows, offers an opportunity to bring a fresh perspective to the Pirates of the Caribbean storyline. Furthermore, his prior involvement in fantasy projects like The Last of Us and Dune 2 allows him to tap into diverse storytelling skills within the genre. This could potentially result in a blend of comedy, fantasy, and emotional drama that might breathe new life into Pirates of the Caribbean 6, making it appealing to a broader audience. In a recent interview with the LA Times, Craig Mazin hinted at the storyline for Pirates of the Caribbean 6, describing it as unconventional and unexpected by Disney standards. He mentioned that their narrative ideas for the new film were quite unusual, to the point that they didn't anticipate receiving approval from the studio. Surprisingly, Disney did greenlight the project after hearing these quirky concepts. However, despite this positive development, the movie's progress has been temporarily halted due to factors like the ongoing SAG-AFTRA strikes and other internal issues. Overall, Mazin's comments indicate that Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is likely to take a bold and unconventional direction, rather than following the same formula as its predecessors. The early Pirates of the Caribbean movies succeeded by embracing a sense of whimsy, incorporating the eccentric traits and quirks of characters like Jack Sparrow and Davy Jones. Although the critical reception of these films declined in later installments, they remained commercially successful by continually pushing the boundaries of Captain Jack Sparrow's unconventional adventures. With Craig Mazin's focus on weirdness in Pirates of the Caribbean 6, it's expected that the film will maintain the charm of its predecessors, while striving for a more coherent and well-structured storytelling approach. So can Pirates of the Caribbean 6 really get the franchise back on track? The success and potential for Pirates of the Caribbean 6 to rejuvenate the franchise hinge on multiple factors, and one crucial aspect is whether Johnny Depp reprises his role. Depp's portrayal of Jack Sparrow played a significant role in the success of the previous films, making his return a critical consideration. Although producer Jerry Bruckheimer had expressed interest in bringing Depp back, the actor himself has indicated a preference for non-Hollywood projects lately, which appears to reduce the likelihood of his return to the franchise. The fact that over 6 years have passed since the release of Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales has created significant anticipation for the return of the franchise. This extended gap alone could generate a substantial amount of excitement among fans. Additionally, a well-crafted storyline has the potential to garner positive reviews from critics, which in turn can lead to favorable word of mouth among audiences. When Pirates of the Caribbean 6 eventually releases, its performance will also be influenced by market trends and competition within the film industry at that time. However, if Craig Mazin succeeds in advancing the franchise's narrative in a positive direction, it is likely to help the series regain its footing and renew interest among viewers. So, will Johnny Depp return to Pirates of the Caribbean? Although Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales wasn't a complete box office failure, its financial performance in 2017 did raise concerns about diminishing interest in the franchise. The movie ranked as the lowest-earning installment in the domestic market within the series, and had a global box office total that surpassed only the first film. This underwhelming financial performance was further accentuated by predominantly negative critical reviews, with the film currently holding the lowest rating in the franchise on Rotten Tomatoes at 30%. The development of Pirates of the Caribbean 6 has seen several changes over time. As I previously stated, there were plans for Margot Robbie to lead a female-driven film, which seemed to align with concerns surrounding Johnny Depp's personal controversies, including his legal disputes with ex-wife Amber Heard, which had affected his career prospects. Now that the legal battle is largely resolved with favorable outcomes for Depp, there is a possibility that he could make a return as Captain Jack Sparrow. This potential return of Depp is further fueled by the apparent delay or shift in focus for Robbie's film project within the franchise. Disney executives have been somewhat hesitant to confirm whether Johnny Depp will reprise his role as Captain Jack Sparrow, using cautious language like non-committal. In contrast, the franchise's longtime producer, Jerry Bruckheimer, has been more vocal about his desire to see Depp return. Nevertheless, Depp appears to be focusing on projects outside of the traditional Hollywood system, such as Jean du Barret. Consequently, it remains uncertain whether Captain Sparrow will indeed make a comeback in a future Pirates of the Caribbean movie. On the other hand, director Rob Marshall opened up about how the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise inspired Disney's The Little Mermaid. Director Rob Marshall was able to apply the knowledge he gained from working on the mermaid sequences in Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides to Disney's remake of The Little Mermaid. In 2011, when the fourth Pirates movie was released, Marshall and producer John DeLuca didn't anticipate that they would eventually work on an entire underwater-themed film. However, their experience with the mermaids in Pirates proved to be a valuable learning experience that contributed to their work on The Little Mermaid. That was just one section, and this obviously is an entire film about that world. It was actually very helpful to have worked with actors playing those roles. What was real in water? What was not in the water? When were we full CG? When were we just parts and pieces? It was the technical blueprint to take us to this next level, said Marshall. Well, that's it for today, guys. As we eagerly await the next installment of Pirates of the Caribbean, there are plenty of exciting developments to look forward to.